Good morning and welcome to one of my favourite places in all of Thailand. This is Pai, a beautiful village in the north of Thailand, and it is super popular for travellers all around the world. And every time I've been coming here for the last 15 years, I'm always reminded of just how special this place is. I've also found a brand new hotel in the middle of town that is well worth checking out, but more on that later because I'm only here for a couple of days, sadly. So let's just have a little exploration. Let's see what's new. Let's see some of the classics. Let's explore Pai together, and I'll show you why I keep coming back here year after year. Now, getting to Pai was very stressful. I decided to drive from Chiang Mai through the mountains on my little motorbike, but halfway I drove over a nail and my back tyre burst, and so I was kind of stranded for a few hours. I had to wait for a mechanic to drive out and help replace my wheel. And so for that reason, I didn't get into Pai till quite late. So let's just pick things up the following morning because I want to share a gorgeous spot for sunrise. Good morning. When you're in northern Thailand, in the cool season, get up for sunrise, get to a high point because you can normally look over the town and see a beautiful sea of mist. Yeah, Lun Lai Viewpoint is where you want to go. Now, in the description below, I'll have the Google Map link for you, so don't worry. Thai people absolutely love the cool season, especially they love to come up to the north of Thailand, like Pai, like Chiang Mai, and get up early for these really cold mornings. It's such a novelty. It's like for me, like as a British person, whenever we have that 2-week window in the summer where we get a random heat wave and everybody goes to the park or everybody goes to the beach, we can kind of pretend for a very short period of time that we live in a nice hot country. And the Thais come up here during December and end of November to pretend that they live in a cool, temperate climate. Because it's a short window. I mean, by the end of February, it's 40 degrees again, so. So here in Pai, quite high up, is a little Chinese village. And they've built a whole viewpoint here. There's a little cafe, you can get coffee, noodles, and you can even stay here and camp. And the best time to be up here is first thing in the morning. So let me just show you some of the scenes, and then we'll grab a coffee and some breakfast and just enjoy hopefully a beautiful sunrise. It does cost 20 baht to enter, but as you can see, it's well worth the 50 cents. And for an extra fee, you can buy a charm and write a little message of love and leave it here to sway in the wind. It's a very sweet thing to do if you ask me, especially if you have a loved one with you. Now, the morning mist might look like it's going to cover any potential sunrise, but just trust me, you just have to wait, be patient, and it will all become clear. So another reason I wanted to come back to Pai this time round is I've been seeing like lots of negativity on social media about Pai, but here's the thing, there are bad apples everywhere, Phuket, Bangkok, you name it. There's always tourists behaving badly, there's always negativity on social media, and I'm not having it. Okay, Pai, the people who live in Pai, the local people and the expat community, people from Thailand, people from all around the world who call Pai home, 99% of them are some of the nicest people I know. And I keep coming up here to catch up with them, see how they're doing, see how their business is. And everyone is super nice up here. It's a welcoming, loving community. It's a bit of a hippie vibe, of course it is. You know, it's always been that way. Pai has always attracted someone who's more likely to pack a ukulele than shampoo. But there's also just people from all around the world, from Korea, from China, from Europe, from anywhere. Because look at it, it's a beautiful little village with delicious food, lots to see and do. And I keep coming back year after year, and I always will. The sun is just starting to hit the top of the mountains behind us, so any minute now it should rise above the valley and come on top of all of these low-lying foggy clouds, and then it will really illuminate. So I think I've got a couple of more minutes to wait for the big reveal of the sun, so let's go grab a coffee. Nearby this Chinese village, you can get a banging bowl of noodles, and I normally get that for breakfast, but these are just freshly baked, and I couldn't say no. I don't think it's condensed milk, I think it's just like a cream sauce. It's condensed milk. Oh my god, it's so sweet. Here comes the sun for the first time. It's finally happened. 7:15, the sun has just come up, and the day can finally begin. Once the sun comes up, it is so beautiful, isn't it? You've got the morning mist still down in the valley. If you were in Pai right now, and you went outside by the river or into the old town, you would just be in a foggy, cold morning. But by coming up to the Chinese village, yes, you have to brave an early start, and yes, you have to drive up the mountain, and it's quite cold, but you can warm up here with a nice Chinese bun, a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and as soon as that sun hits your face, it gets nice and warm, and you're rewarded with the view overlooking all of the fog instead of being in it. So if you've never been to Pai, what should you expect, other than the fact that it's really beautiful and there's loads of things to do? Well, it's kind of a love it or hate it type of place. A lot of people come here, really don't like it, and a lot of people come here and they absolutely love it. Let's say you're doing the Mae Hon Son loop, or you're exploring rural Thailand up in the north, and you know, you're not really seeing any foreigners, you're not really seeing any tourists, and then the second you turn the corner into Pai, it's just loads of backpackers and travelers. Lots of people from Bangkok come up here for the winter, and yeah, it's just a real mixed bag. I'm not going to do a video where it's like taking you to the 7 best places to go in Pai, because I've made loads of videos. I've done dozens of trips to Pai in my travels and my time in Thailand. But I do want to sort of revisit a few classics, and just to see how they're doing, how they're coping. Then I'll share that. Like coming up here, I've been up here before, but I've never come up here for sunrise, and I'm so glad I dusted myself off this morning and came up here because it's been beautiful. If you've been coming to Pai for years, I'm talking at least 10 years, you'll know that if you wanted to get some green, if you wanted to get some broccoli, you had to come up to this village near this waterfall. You don't have to do that anymore. Yeah, this Mae Prang waterfall, this was where we used to come in our backpacker days. We would drive up here, spend the whole day, bring beers, and a lot of the other travellers would come up here because this was the only place back then that you could buy the green stuff. This village was famous for it. They'd be waving you down, and then you could buy stuff here and then come up to the waterfall, and I'll show you, it's beautiful. You can slide down it and things. But now, I don't know how long they've been doing this, but the village have come together and they've built a sign, they've built a gate, they have a little information desk, and they're now charging 100 baht per person. It's not part of a national park, so this is like, you know, this is an example of the villagers coming together and saying, look, let's charge tourists for coming up here and keep the money for ourselves. They're going to charge 100 baht now. It used to be free, but I'll pay. We'll go in and we'll see if they've improved the grounds, maybe. I mean, fair play, because all these tourists, throughout the day, there'll be hundreds, would drive up here, make a racket, probably make a mess. So I'm glad they've put this gate here, because now they can profit from hundreds, if not thousands of people every day coming through their village. I am a little bit early, so we'll just wait. It opens at 8. But as soon as the sun came up, I came up here. This is very close to the Chinese village. So if you want to do the sunrise and a waterfall before breakfast, then copy me. Hello. Sawasdee krap. Nung roi bat la? Okay. Here he is. The head honcho from the village. Okay, we're here. And okay, toilets, coffee shop, hangout area, and loads of parking now. I love coming to places that I haven't been to for years and years, because you can see how they've changed. Sometimes for the worse, but many times for the better. I think this is an example of this is better now. Have a look. This is just one section of the waterfall, there's many. Some of my earliest backpacking and Thailand travel experiences happened in Pai.
Hello, so this is my video about my favourite place in Thailand, Pai or Pai.
2008, 2009 and 2010 I came to Thailand 3 years in a row and consistently fell in love with it. And Pai was one of the first places I ever came to, and I just kept coming back year after year after year. Yes, there's just so many foreigners here. It literally feels like you're in Phuket or something. But when you're young, that's where you go, because that's where the party is, that's where young people go, and it's just safety in numbers. And then as I got a bit older and a bit more experienced, I started branching out and visiting other areas, and that's when I really fell in love with this country. But I keep coming back to all of these super popular places because it brings back so many memories of when I was young and just so naive and so wide-eyed about everything here in Thailand, and I still am. But coming to Pai just, yeah, it's like a trip down memory lane for me. And this, by the way, is a very good improvement. They've spent quite a bit of money putting concrete steps down here. You used to have to slip and slide down the muddy path. Now, much more accommodating. Okay, I'm impressed. They've done a really good job here. We used to have to scramble up that rock, and it was so slippy and it was so dangerous. Honestly, we would spend the whole day here. But now look, there's this huge platform here. They've actually used sandbags and a little bit of engineering to create a much more safe place to swim. This never used to be such a big open water. It used to kind of just trickle down a stream. They've used sand and sandbags now to kind of create a swimming pool effect, which is really good. And now they've actually, you can just take a ladder and a nice, well-made metal structure to the rock and then climb up, and it keeps going up and up and up. So many happy memories coming to me from just lying on these rocks. I just remember so many great people. Man, those were the days. There are about 3 other waterfalls in Pai that I recommend, but I'm not going to visit them all in this video. But just go explore, rent a scooter, drive safe, and go explore the waterfalls. Have a waterfall day. But this one is the one that you want to come to just spend a lot of time. There's a lot of shade, there's loads of places to just sit and relax. And now you can have a coffee, they've got clean toilets, and it's much easier to just climb up around. Very kid friendly as well. If you've got a family and you want to have a waterfall day, they can just explore, be kids, and this entire area will just ignite their imagination. It's really, really something. Really, really, really beautiful. Look at this, they've done such a good job. It's so beautiful. This makes it so much easier getting home or back to your bike or whatever, your car. Like, you used to have to just like slide and slip through the jungle, and it used to cause so many injuries. So come to this waterfall. Link, as with every other location in every other video, is in the description. As usual, let's head into Pai. Let's go find some breakfast. Then we'll check out another classic that I haven't been to for ages. And then we're going to check into my hotel, which looks too good to be true. So stay tuned for that. This is new. They've got this gorgeous temple complex. Temple to the side, little pagoda here, and then this looks like it's going to be a community space. I love the roof. Look at it. The blue tiles, the silver flashes. It's almost Burmese, isn't it? When you come this far north, you do get a lot of crossover in architecture from Lanna, Thai style and Burmese style, which is this province. We're in Mae Hon Son. I keep forgetting. Sometimes you think Pai is in Chiang Mai province, but it's not. Anyway, beautiful. Gorgeous tree, gorgeous building. Not quite finished, but a great place to take a picture. I drove past this place this morning and I was like, oh, that smells delicious. And whenever you're in northern Thailand and you see two aunties cooking up a storm and they have cow soy on the menu, make sure to make a pit stop because it's going to be worth it every single time. Okay, a delicious breakfast. I'm gonna try and hunt down a nice spot for a little coffee and just enjoy the morning here on Walking Street. This comes alive in the evening, which I'll share with you later. And as you can see all along Walking Street in the main hub of the town, there are so many places where if you're a last minute type of traveler and you want to book onto a tour of Pai or the nearby areas, there's a bunch of places that will allow you to book a tour. You can grab a few people from the hostel or whatever, and you can plan everything pretty much last minute here in Pai. But if you are the kind of traveler who likes to pre-plan, pre-organize, get everything sorted and booked up so that your trip can run much more smoothly, then you need to check out Klook. Klook has thousands of listings when it comes to transport, activities, tours, hotels, eSIMs, you name it. Klook has you covered, not just here in Pai, but Chiang Mai, Bangkok, all around Thailand and all around the world. I'm fully aware not everyone is comfortable renting or driving a scooter to explore places like Pai, and you might want to book a tour guide to drive you around in a minivan, and you can do that on Klook. And on selected bookings, you can save a little bit extra if you use code Paddy Doyle at checkout. So check out klook.com or download the Klook app for free and make your next trip to Pai or anywhere else an adventure you'll never forget. Okay, welcome to my humble abode. I just thought to myself it looked too good to be true. You should definitely consider this if you're looking for a beautiful place to stay in the center of Pai. So this is the deal breaker for me. I don't like to be too far away from Walking Street and the night market, because to me that's the highlight of coming to Pai, walking down the street, seeing all the food and just enjoying the atmosphere. But you want to be able to maybe have a couple of drinks and then just stumble home, walk across the bridge or walk to your guest house. You don't want to have to get in a car or get on a motorbike and drive the very dodgy countryside roads at night. But this place, right on the river, in the middle of town, all you have to do is cross the bamboo bridge which is connected to the property, and then you're inside of Walking Street and right in the heart of everything. But you're also just further enough outside of everything to be quietly on the banks of the river. It's like a thatch, old school type of room, you know, it's got the typical materials that you would normally see in lower budget rooms, but what they've done is they've elevated it with higher finishes of nicer woods. There's good lighting, lots of power sockets. But there's the view. Right outside is the river, and I'm just watching the sprinklers go to work, and bathrooms immaculate. Long story short, I paid 4,900 Thai baht per night. Again, this is never gifted, I always pay, because if it's rubbish I can tell you. But this is actually like perfect location, really good, beautiful grounds, reasonably affordable. You know, it's over the $100 a night limit of most travelers who are here on a short trip. If you're a backpacker, this is out of your range most probably, but if you wanted to splurge, treat yourself to somewhere nice for a night or two, have a mini vacation during your vacation, then yeah, consider this.
Yeah, I think you're going to love this hotel. It's got a great location, fantastic staff, and the best part is you can book it on the Klook app, along with all of your other Pai-related activities and potential transports. Another great reason to download the sponsor, Klook. Right, let's keep exploring some more of Pai. I want to go back and visit some classic spots that I haven't been to in ages. I just hope that they're still standing and that they're still worth stopping by.
Okay, this is one of the classic Pai places that I had to come and revisit. Loads of good memories here. It's just a viewpoint. There's a lovely white statue of the Buddha overlooking the valley, and it's a really nice place to come up and get a gorgeous view and a lay of the land.
The Big Buddha, it's still the go-to spot for great views of the area. The mountains just look so gorgeous from up here. Up next, and only about 10 minutes further down the road, is another place OG travellers to Pai would have been to many times, I'm sure.
An absolute classic Pai destination, and somewhere I have not been in at least 5 years, is Pai Canyon. You just pull up on the side of the road, there's a little car park, you can get yourself a drink, leave your backpack with a friendly local, and it's basically a mini Grand Canyon, and I need to exaggerate the word mini, okay? But it's a really nice place to come for a little hike, great views, and it's a very popular sunset spot. And again, it's just a place that I have so many memories with. So many of the hostel backpackers would get together, we'd grab some beers, we'd drive up to the Pai Canyon, hike up to the top, take loads of great pictures of sunset, and just like make loads of memories, man. Looks pretty same to me. So this rock creates this, you know, canyon effect. Certain parts of it a bit dodgier than others. These two here look a bit apprehensive. You can snake your way down there, up there, you can go that way, around. It's beautiful. In these dry months, it is very slippy. Woo-hoo. Still a complete hazard and dangerous as hell. Literally, you've got to be switched on. Not somewhere I'd want to have young kids running around. But if you are looking for a mini hike, you can spend about half an hour walking around the canyon, do the full loop, take some pictures, and most importantly, just enjoy the view of Pai.
The canyon hasn't changed a bit. It's still free, it's still gorgeous, but at this time of day, it's still a sun trap. So make sure you've got your hat, bring your water, and make sure that you're careful, okay? If you're gonna get hurt anywhere in Pai, it's probably going to be at the canyon.
You are brave.
Okay, so Pai Canyon hasn't changed a bit and is still an absolute banger. Must come, must see.
This exploration of Pai had been so much fun, and honestly, even after all of these years, it's great to know that whilst Pai may have become way more popular over the years, it still holds so much unique charm, and classic spots like the Pai Canyon haven't been overdeveloped. But let's see if the same can be said about our next destination. I'm on my way to a sunset spot that I've been coming to for years, but in the back of my mind, I kind of knew it wouldn't stay a secret for long.
I'm gonna take you to my favorite spot for sunset. It's super popular, and so I'm just praying it's still open, it's still good, and it's not become too popular, because this place is the spot.
Okay, they've expanded. Now, bear in mind, I am about 2 hours too early. It all starts to kick off here at 5:30, but I wanted to just come here a little bit early and just have a little look. And yeah, it's triple the size it was last time I was here. There was like farmland basically in front of the two huts. They've cleared that space now and put loads of seating. And you can see that they can easily accommodate about 500 people here now. And he says at high season, this time of year, in December, it is packed every night. And at 5:30 they have live music. There's a cocktail bar, there's a restaurant, there's a swimming pool. Although the swimming pool was there last time. It's the same two huts that I love, and it's great to reconnect with the owners who are really nice, and they were just been telling me about all the developments they've done. And there are so many like knockoff two huts now, like along this road, all kind of sharing the same view. And I had a little look in, but they haven't really been able to recreate this iconic two hut image. And if you still come early enough, you can grab yourself a hammock, read your book, have a mango shake, and just unwind and do all the things that you can imagine people do when they come to Pai, which is just to relax. And what a setting this is. So let me just share with you the next few hours as the sun goes down, as we hit golden hour, and as the music starts and as the crowds come in. And we have hopefully a beautiful sunset. So as you can see, two huts, a little bit busier, a little bit more developed, but still such a vibe. We've got a great guitarist just doing live music now. And it's funny, next door at one of those copycat bars, they have plastic chairs and a little piece of concrete. There's only about 6 people over there, but they have a much more quieter experience. But everyone here is relaxed. We're watching the sunset, having a beer, having a smoke. It's very Pai. So two huts still gets a massive thumbs up from me, even after all these years, and even after it's just been 3x, 4x in its scale. Still such a vibe.
What a wonderful sunset. What a wonderful evening. So let's nip back to the hotel, have a quick shower, and get ready to go to our favourite spot here in Pai.
Okay, back at the hotel. I'm tempted to try the food at the hotel. They have 3 different restaurants here. In fact, the chefs are just letting the waiters train on some of the new items. It does look really good, but I bet it's expensive. And you can get some really good food down in the night market. All types of food from all around the world. I kind of got my heart set on maybe a kebab or something. So just to let you know, there is some lovely restaurants in the hotel. And you can listen to the parrots and sit by the river here and have your dinner. And they've lit it perfectly. Look at it. It looks like a fairy tale. The rooms look so lovely at night. Oh my god. So pretty. But let me show you the convenience of this hotel. And just like that, we've got direct access to the bamboo bridge. This bridge was completely swept away earlier in the rainy season. Thankfully they've rebuilt it. Oh my god, it's so pretty. The bridge ends there, and this is the bottom of Walking Street. Straight into the action.
The night market here in Pai on Walking Street. What a beautiful experience this is. Now, I will caveat this by saying Pai isn't for everyone. Some people hate it. They think it's way too busy, way too popular. But for me, those people need to get a grip. Pai is supposed to be like this. It's always been a hub of activity, a hub for odd jobs. But underneath all of this, it's just about the feels.
The last time I was here in Pai, it was like a year or two, maybe a year and a half after COVID. And the whole city was like just trying to get back together. Businesses that had closed were being replaced with new ones, and it was still quiet. But I'm so glad to see it's alive. It is alive and kicking.
You've got to come to Pai in real life to feel what I'm talking about. If you like it, great. And if you don't, we'll just keep moving. Try Shangdao or Mae Seriang. Both are great quieter options. One thing I would avoid, however, is the tipsy tubing. I mean, what in the world is this? I mean, that just looks like my idea of hell. Although if I was 21 again and chasing tail for a living, I think I might be into this. But I think I'll just stick to having a glass of red and eating some delicious street food from the walking street instead. Thanks for watching, everyone. It was a short but sweet visit to Pai. If you'd like to see more of my time in Pai, then just click here. Or if you'd like to see Shangdao, a much quieter option not too far away, well, just click here. I'll see you next week. Lots of love. Ciao.